This 26 Sports and CCTV high school basketball presentation is presented by Cadillac Casting Incorporated.
All right, everybody, we had a little technical difficulties coming out of halftime here. You folks have missed about a minute of play. Both teams with a couple of good looks that did not go in, and then TC came down on their second attempt of the half. Grace Miner with 2. Molly Anderson comes back now with Cadillac's second offensive trip down the floor to make the score 20-19. So we'll have to get our score updated on your graphics. TC West leads 20-19 at this point.
Cadillac had a good take. Macy had an easy look at a 3 and passed that shot up, and I think that was a good choice. Gave it back to Molly, and Molly had a nice dribble drive and a tough shot inside the paint for 2.
Olivia Meyer with the ball. That's Macy. A lot stronger to the hole, but, not the shot we want to see the Vikings get right there, but she just does not give up on the play. That's McKenna Bryant. Almost causes a turnover. Back comes TC. They swing it smartly across the floor. Find a wide open. Tracy Lewis give her 2 more.
KK had Roman had a great look at a 3 and pass it up for an even better shot across the key. Really good court vision and court awareness on her part.
Traverse City now leads 22-19. There, we got her adjusted for you guys. Sorry about that, everybody. Emmeline misses, but gets her own rebound. Finds McKenna Bryant. McKenna does a little better job, I think, on that penetration, stopping and popping. She's going to go to the free throw line. I think that's number 20, Grace Miner, picking up the foul.
One of those plays where the defense may have bailed out the offense. So it was a tough take, and she was sort of pinned in an awkward spot to shoot a floater from the short baseline. So fortunate to come away with a free throw chance here.
Traverse City's pretty tall on that back line, and as they step in those places, they're tough to shoot over.
Efficient defensive energy too. They stay relaxed until the second where they can put that trap on effectively and get in position. And they just step in and create trouble for Cadillac. Sort of lull you into a sense that you got an easy shot coming, and then you don't.
McKenna Bryant goes 1 for 2 to cut the lead to 22-20. And man, I think we got a travel right there. Becca Moore moved her feet before the dribble went down. As we see Maddie Drabeck checking in for Cadillac.
Continue to watch the free throws. Going to be really important in this game.
There's Olivia Meyer. That's a better looking 3 right there. That looked better right off her hands.
That looked in the whole way.
You and I were talking at halftime, Eric, and it looked like TC West is really kind of cut the 3-point shooting of Molly Anderson and McKenna Bryant out and daring Meyer to make that, and she just did. Well, hopefully if that continues, she can put in a few more of those.
Those are so important, those points coming from your 4 and 5 offensive scorers. And Emmeline has done a nice job tonight, and so has Olivia. That was a beautiful shot.
Vikings with a 1-point lead here with 4:40 to go in the first quarter. I am way off with my math here today. This would be the third quarter. You're watching girls basketball here on 26 Sports and CCTV.
Macy got beat on the perimeter and tried to recover and swap the ball and got called for a blocking foul on that shot. So 2 shots for Traverse City.
This is Becca Moore. She misses the first one. Looks like checking in for Traverse City is number 24, Aaliyah Deal, and number 12, Emma Gustafson. Becca with the second free throw attempt, drains that one.
Looking shot.
She's now 2 for 3 from the line. And Darcy Danzer checks in for the shooter. Anderson with the ball. She finds Meyer. Goes to Brown, across the floor to Drabeck. Drabeck gets a screen. There's a good pop right there, and a nice decision again by Macy Brown. She had a pretty good looking shot, but I like that 3-point shot a little bit better. Drabeck didn't make it, but you know what? She was in position. She didn't have to rush it.
That was a nice kick out. A good high percentage shot. And that's what Coach Mack wants. This team is full of shooters that you give them that shot time and time down the court, and Cadillac is going to make a lot of points.
23-23 is the score. We want to thank our sponsors tonight. Our presenting sponsor, Cadillac Casting. Also sponsoring tonight, Fox Motors of Cadillac, Cadillac Tire, and Pizza Plus. Tough defense and a very tough shot put in by Deal. Gives her her first 2 points of the night. Traverse City back on top.
Macy has quick hands, but with her 2 fouls, she can't do any more than what she did on that last play. You can't risk her getting three fouls this early in the second half.
Anderson step back off that.
Molly has such a quick shot. She can get shots off that a lot of shooters can't. Ball gets out of her hands so fast.
Vikings jump back on top with a 1-point lead. TC with the ball. For the Titans, that's Gustafson. I think we got the
timeout, maybe.
Timeout, okay.
Coach saw he was going to get a 3 points.
Yeah, I was waiting for the call. So, yeah, Gustafson kind of got herself tied up there with the ball, and smart timeout right there by Doug Bauman. Eric, what do you think so far the third quarter?
I think it's a lot like the first 2 quarters. This is a game of defensive patience and defensive will, and I think it's a game of who's not going to make a mistake and who's going to make a few more free throws. Cadillac, both teams are hanging in there. Both teams are playing really, really solid defense. Cadillac is only 2 for 6 from the line right now, and that concerns Coach Mack, I'm sure. Traverse City is shooting a little bit better from the free throw line, but calls are pretty even, and the refs are letting them play again tonight.
Smart play by Macy Brown again, not to pick up that foul. Tough shot that didn't go in for Traverse City. Eric, we got an update on the boys' game. JV basketball-wise anyway, the Vikings win by 15.
Wow. In Essexville tonight, right?
Yeah, they had Essexville. Brady McLaurin, whose dad is the coach of the girls' team, had 17 for tonight.
Good for him. He's a kid I like to see out shooting in my driveway, and it's usually raining and about 35 degrees, and I'll hear thumpity, thumpity, thump, and there's Brady out shooting the rock in the driveway. I love that spirit.
Yeah, Coach Mack said he really appreciates you keeping the court clean, especially now that theirs is under repair. 26-25, the Vikings with the lead. We see a turnover by the Titans.
Nice job. Olivia doesn't get any credit for a turnover there, but I think she caused it. She's just right there when the receiver is getting the ball, and it's sort of just quiet, relentless pressure she's putting on the ball tonight.
Anderson's going to use the screen. She falls down but swings it across the floor. And you can see McKenna Bryant with one extra pass, not really forcing the shot I think that we saw the Vikings do in the first quarter. Meyer with a smart slide before the pass was thrown, and she gets her second 3 of the quarter.
Coach said one of the keys tonight was moving the ball side to side, and you just saw it there. That was really nice defensive or offensive ball work by Cadillac. Skipping the ball around.
McKenna Bryant with the steal, but I got to tell you, she got great vision because she slid off her player to step into a passing lane. Didn't come to her. I think it was kind of a forced shot, and it was just off. And then you see the Vikings again, a little more patient. That's a good look again in that offense. I like that better than the forced shot. Macy just didn't finish. Back comes TC down by 4 with about a minute and a little bit of change to go here until the end of the third quarter.
Nice defense by Olivia again. Boy, she's playing a really good floor game tonight. McKenna had a really good choice on that offensive take. I really liked that kick out pass. Instead of her taking it into the forest down low, she kicked it out to Macy. Macy had a really clean look at about an 8-footer. Macy will usually make that shot.
So that turnover gives the Vikings back the ball. They lead by 4. If you're watching tonight's game and you're not doing anything tomorrow night, the girls are back in action here at Cadillac High School as Maple City Glen Lake comes calling. Molly with a nice drive, stops at the elbow, kicks it down to Macy Brown with a bounce pass. And Macy puts it in. The Vikings now lead by 6.
Good hands by Macy to gather that ball in. It was a tricky little pass to gather and shoot, and she did it quite gracefully.
Vikings have picked up the defensive intensity here in the last couple of minutes. You can definitely see.
Just a lot of confidence right now.
And with that comes a foul, just I think the second team foul. We'll see who that was called on.
Dan, don't you think some of that energy comes from plays like Olivia is making and Madeline, where it creates so much team energy when you see that kind of defensive hustle?
And another jump ball, and that'll give it back to Traverse City. Emmeline with a good play from behind to stop, swat that ball away. You can see Traverse City's real solid down on that screen across. This time they run something different. And a turnover on the inbounds. Did you see it? I wasn't watching.
I did. Olivia swatted the ball right back at the inbounder, and that instinct, she caught the ball and realized she's still standing out of bounds. It's really super quick hands on Olivia's part.
Macy stops this time, and then you see a nice look again. Macy's shot is off. Stays with the Vikings with 20.7 to go until the end of the quarter number 3.
Coach Max made a really good adjustment on that dribble drive. Traverse City's letting them come down and get trapped down low, and now Cadillac's realizing Coach Mack made a change, and they're kicking that ball out now. Should be traveling.
Travel call out.
Yep.
That'll give the Vikings a chance, though, to set up their full court press, which has been pretty aggressive here in the third quarter. We'll see what TC does here.
Don't let her shoot.
There's a nice look right there. McKenna Bryant, shortest kid on the floor, swats it away from the tallest player on the floor.
Wow, she got up there after that ball.
All right, we'll see what Traverse City runs on this with just 2 seconds to go. This is a big possession right here, as we've seen some big plays at the end of each quarter right now. A big basket at the end of the first by Traverse City, as you call that. Big basket by Macy Brown at the halftime. And some super defensive play by the Vikings at the end of that one. So after 3 quarters, 31-25, Cadillac with the lead. Eric and I will be right back with fourth quarter action here on 26 Sports and CCTV.